Double entry.
Yes. Every transaction has a twofold effect. Every transaction has a twofold effect. Receiving and losing
button press remote.
So this is one point. Every transaction has a twofold effect, a receiving and a losing effect. Double entries are introduced by Mr. Actually, we had a discussion last class that double entry was introduced not by Luca Pacioli, a Muslim person. Much long time before Luca Pacioli has spoken about double entry. What's his name? Tanmia? Abu Tanmia or somebody.
Before local Pacioli?
Yes, but that never came to the out.
Arabian man or?
Yes, Egyptian. Long time back. Same like algebra. Who introduced algebra? Mr. Algebra.
اللي هم كانوا بيقولوا عليهم ايام ابن بطوطه والحاجات دي.
And medicine introduced by Ibn Sina.
Ibn
ايوه ابن بطوطه وابن سينا وكده.
Ibn Taymiyyah. Maybe also we don't know authentic or not, but that was the discussion we had.
Jabir bin Ayyan.
But ابن تيميه يعني was رجل دين.
Yes.
شيخ.
He's I think Iran. Iran is Faris. Salman ibn Faris, you know which place? Iran, right?
This area maybe.
Salman ibn Faris.
Just for information. Anyway, so for our study purpose, this gentleman, Mr. Luca Pacioli, who introduced double entry. And double entry is all transaction has a debit entry and a credit entry. Now debit entry is denoted as DR. Credit entry is denoted as CR. And a ledger, how a ledger looks like.
Credit entry.
CR. A ledger has two sections. This is, you can think like, you can think like standing like this. And then this side is, if you standing like this, right hand side, debit. The left hand side is credit. So you show here debit and credit. You can also put some additional details here. For example, you can add the date. You can add the description, date, description. So here you have date, description, amount. Date, description, amount. And in the middle, you will write title of account. This is how a ledger will look like. A ledger will look like this way. A debit and a credit, title of account, date, description, amount. Date, description, amount. Sometimes in some books they also add another column here, LF. What is LF? LF? Low failure? Ledger folder. Meaning, those days, we have like a ledger in books now, kitab. So first page number 5, I have sales. Page number 85, I have customer. So in the page number 5, I am writing about that customer. In here I write 85. When I go to page number 85, I write sales, page number 5. So just for me to get the reference, that actually comes here. Here. But it's all old system. But minimum, this is how a ledger looks like. Clear? Then we have something called types of ledger. There are two types.
Nominal.
Nominal ledger, personal ledger. Sometimes we call it this one real ledger. Here, all ledgers required for our double entry. We will record it in nominal ledger. We also call it this one general ledger. What is personal or real ledger? We have another name here actually. Subledger. Example, receivables ledger or payables ledger. And remember, this one is part of double entry, and this one not part of double entry. That is very important to understand. So examples, if you think for nominal ledger, everything in a chart of accounts, in our computer system we have chart of accounts, right? Fixed asset, current asset, motor vehicle, inventory, receivable, expenses, sales, any account, as long as you will use it for double entry, it will come here. But what are those two? Receivable and payable subledger. If you remember, we talked about the sales day book, and I told you that we will maintain separate individual accounts for the customers. That we will maintain here. Clear? So this is what the classification relating to the ledgers. So some example, if I to write asset account, liability account, income account, expense account, and capital account, all will come under this. And I don't need to teach you. Okay, right. After that, we'll talk about that little later. Is that okay? Done? Double entry rules.
This new point.
Yeah. Point shunu लागली.
Nukta.
Nukta. Jadid nukta. Or nukta jadid. Okay.
We'll go more 3 o'clock.
We'll go like 4 o'clock. Problem? Skilla?
لا ما يقدر.
ما يقدر؟
لا 3 o'clock كويس.
ما يقدر.
Because I have to buy سنان كذا فيه. أنا 4 o'clock فيه. أنا أفطر ما يجي.
3:30.
3 عشان انا لسه اروح اشتري بعدين اروح ابغى امور كذا.
We'll finish it 3:15, okay?
ماشي.
Okay. Discount. Anyway. So we have here, just to give you a small experience, when I study, my city, place called Kandy, okay? Class, a place called Colombo, approximate 150 kilometer distance. Morning, I am going to start at 3 o'clock AM. I am going out from home. Catch bus and Kida, Kuldashay, reach class 7 AM. Can you think what time they will finish the class? He knows actually, I am asking.
After 6 hours?
Huh?
After 6 hours?
Habibi, 7 p.m. And you know, one class, like this classroom, have bench. No, small, with the small, but too much length. Maybe they will put 100, 200 here. In each bench, maybe minimum 20 people. You have to sit like this, and then boy, girl, maafi fark. You can't go in, no, I will sit here. That's all Kalivati. And board, blackboard, chalk. Man sitting in like maybe 1 kilometer, sir. And he used mic. And if you have a doubt, we take a small piece of paper, right? Pass. And then it will reach sometime, not reach sometime. And during Ramadan time, not during Ramadan time. When we finish class, we come to Basalt and we buy some small item for iftar. I don't know, you all know patties. You all know patties? Samosa?
Shorties.
Samosa, you know, right? Same samosa. We buy, we can only buy 3 because no money. And they will give dates and water free. So we buy 3 samosa, 3 dates and 1 packet of water in a case. They will lock it and put the straw inside and give cool water. So we sit in the bus. Bus is mix of lot of Muslims and non-Muslims. These non-Muslim people watching us when we are breaking fast. Then we have to give a portion to them. We are ending up with half or one for 4 hour journey. This is the life when we study.
For 20 years.
And during our studies, like I almost 4 years like this. Up and down, up and down, up and down. Anyway, so let's continue. Okay. Right. So,
Increase, decrease.
if you have assets and any assets will increase, we should debit. And any liability, any asset decrease, any asset increase, you should debit. Any asset decrease,
Credit.
you should credit. Liability. If the liability increase,
Credit.
you should credit. If the liability decrease, you should debit. What about equity? When equity increase,
Credit.
we should credit. When equity decrease, income.
Credit.
When income increase, credit. Income decrease, debit. Amortization.
Expense.
Expense increase,
Debit.
expense decrease,
Credit.
this is the table that you need to remember. With this, you cannot miss any double entry. Any double entry you put it in the table and follow this rule. Only thing is, you need to understand what is the item. Is it asset, liability, income? Okay, I will ask you. Sale of $100 for cash. Tell me the double entry using this rule now.
Assets debit.
Why asset debited? You have to explain
cash,
it.
cash is debit
Why cash is you are debiting?
because assets, cash is asset.
Okay.
So that's why increasing assets is debit
How you say increasing in asset?
because cash is income.
Coming. So cash is coming. So cash I am increasing. So I am debiting.
Assets.
Okay, credit.
Credit sales is in income,
Uh,
so income is increasing, so income always credit.
okay. Payment of 500 to a supplier. Yes, sir. Can you
Again.
payment of 500 to a supplier?
Okay.
Using this table, you tell me the double entry.
This for supplier.
Supplier is
What?
whom? Supplier is asset or liability?
Liability.
Liability. And now I am paying him 500.
Okay.
So,
This,
increasing or decreasing?
Supplier or
increase. Decrease.
Decrease.
Yes.
So, if the your question?
supplier or who you ask?
Supplier. Supplier, I am paying to supplier 500. Before supplier 2000, now I am paying 500. After that, what will the balance?
Purchase was increase.
Mami purchase, full purchase. Purchase kalli.
Okay.
I am paying 500 cash to supplier.
Okay. Cash decrease. Supplier increase. Sorry.
Increase.
أيوة صح.
Supplier شنو؟
Increase.
Keep
Increase.
increase.
It's a,
هذه increase ولا decrease هذه؟ أول supplier 2000.
Okay.
فهم؟ الحين أنا
but you told 2000.
إيه أول 2000. أول
2000
2000.
okay.
Okay. Now أنا أعطي 500. After giving 500, how much will be the balance?
1,500.
So increase or decrease?
Increase.
Exact.
Decrease.
Decrease.
Amount decrease.
سؤال هذه.
Okay.
So supplier amount decrease. Cash
Increase. Decrease.
decrease.
Yeah.
So cash also decrease, supplier also decrease. Now tell me double entry. Cash is example for what?
Cash. Assets.
Asset. And asset is increasing or decreasing now?
Decrease.
Okay. So we should
Credit.
Credit.
credit. I am asking him, not you. Credit. And then
And this,
liability.
liability increase also. Decrease.
Okay.
Okay. Credit also. Debit.
Debit.
Mm.
Also please remember, after completing the double entry, debit side total and the credit side total always should be same.
Mm.
And you can't have like this or like this. Always it should be
Same.
same. Remember that. And if you understand that, the concept, and remember this table, and you cannot make any mistakes about double entry. This table was actually developed by me based on whatever the theories and all that. And this table, if you can print and put it in your study room, and whenever you are studying, check, that will help you remember.